folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Space Pirate Captain Harlock, Issue 4 by a Blaze. Now, there is fighting, shooting, science experiments, destruction, and catastrophe in this one. So if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. So, it's been quite a long time since I read issue 3. All sorts of circumstances led up to that, but I'm finally back. And I do remember where we left off. At the end of issue 3, Captain Harlock and his crew encountered the second giant Mazone lady. Nellie, was it? The Shadow Sea Mazone. And she was about to, or they're already trapped in her veil of despair. That's where we left off. So we start this one with finally a revelation of how these Mazones, these three sisters, came to be. So 300 million years prior, that then queen of the Mazone wanted, to conquer more for the Mazone kind. And so she sent her Mazones all over the galaxy to search for more planets to conquer or make a home in. Volunteers, if you will. And so these three sisters were these volunteers, and they discovered Earth. And they found that, in the tropical places, it would be perfect for the Mazones. But also there were places like the deep sea, the Arctic, and places with volcanoes where the Mazone just wouldn't survive. So a solution had to be made to somehow make the Mazone be able to survive under these conditions. So the queen, then the queen sent her Starlesia, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Queen Star sent her, scientists there. And the sisters, they wanted to experiment on the three sisters. So Nellie, Mai, and the other one, the ice one we met. The sisters didn't want to, they refused. But still they were forcefully separated and experimented on. But Queen Star realized, this wouldn't work, because this separation made the three Mazone sisters not have any will to help their own people. So a deal was struck. If the sisters participated in this, they would be reunited. So with the promise of a reunion between the three of them, they agreed to undergo the experiments. The very painful experiments, might I add. So they made Nellie into like a deep sea Mazone. They made Mia, I think, the ice Mazone into an ice Mazone. And then the third sister they made into a Mazone that, could handle fire and volcanic. Now, because of these experiments, they also all grew to giant sizes as well. And they got all these powers and abilities. I don't know how the Veil of Despair was created with that. That sounds more like magical shit, but I'm not a scientist. So, it was done, but things are not great. The three sisters had way too much power and couldn't, entirely control it, and it became a severe problem. And so, without a choice, the Queen Star sent her Mazones in order to imprison them with some kind of secret weapon that over time the Mazone lost the knowledge of. So all three sisters were imprisoned, guarded by the Maisons that were left on planet Earth, and that was it. So that's how the three of them came to be, because all three issues I was like, well, how the hell are these Maisons? Now I got an explanation. Actually very cool and sad as well. So the current queen, Lafaricia, realizes, well, it looks like I'll need to keep the promise the Queen Star made, but I'll only be able to reunite the three sisters in death. Because, well, again, as the Queen Lafaricia mentions, the irony. The Maison's own creation is their current demise. Because, I forgot the android chick, I forgot her name. She hates the Maisons for some reason, that still hasn't been revealed. And she wants to destroy them, and she has no problem destroying Earth and the humans that are on it still, in order to achieve that. So by destroying the Earth, it's gonna destroy the Maisons as well. So she's recruited these three sisters. Unclear how she knew about them. And now she's got the underwater Maison on her side as well. So yeah, that's what we got. Then we go back now to Captain Harlock. He and his crew are facing the second sister. Let me look up the fucking name again. What was her name? What was her name? Oh, let me look here their names again. Just a second, sorry. Okay, there we go. Alright, Mel is the ice Maison, Ina, is the ocean floor Maison, and then we got Mona, who's the volcanic Maison. So those are the three sisters. Yeah, so currently they're facing Ina. Well, why are you doing this? What do you have to gain? And what she has to gain is, the android chick told her, if you do this, if you go to this place with your powers, you'll get to meet your sisters. They're going to meet at the location where where Mona is still sleeping. Right, she imprisoned them in eternal sleep, so I forgot to mention. So now we have that. So they're facing her off. Mel needs their power, and the power, their soul, their lives, in order to get out of the deep sea, the pyramid that she's been in, and go to the location where Mona is. And now for many of the millions of years she was there, she just wanted to die. But now that there's a promise of seeing her sisters again, obviously she's going to take it. So that's what she tells Harlock. And so she sends her shadow powers. They look like basically mini versions of Shadow Maisons. So they get into the ship. With her power, she manages to turn off the power source of the Arcadia, which is also Harlock's friend. And then she sends their little Shadow Maisons, and each one grabs the crew. And we focus on Yuki, Tadashi, Captain Harlock, and Yantare. They're in the captain's the front deck. So each one gets into their head and makes them live their worst fears and nightmares. And now they'll be in that state until they die, like all the other things that came close to Ina's veil of despair over the millions of years. Now, each one's facing their fears. Yantare was rejected by a girl that he loved. He gave her this, model. That's why he's trying to escape reality with his models. With the building models, I mean. So that, Yuki, this one here, Was it Yuki? She lost her mother when she was young, and her father was obsessed with this project of his secret island, so she felt alone. She had no comfort, and she's also hoping that Captain Harlock will fall in love with her one day. It's an interesting change. Because in the original manga, there was no mention of anything like that. Now Tadashi gets the fear of, feeling guilty about what happened to his father. The Shadow Mazone, whispers, you're not angry at the Mazone, you don't hate the Mazone, you hate yourself for not saving your father, you promised your mother. And then with Captain Harlock, it's his promise of protecting his friend's daughter, Mayu. Sorry. I think Mayu. The little girl. And in his, fear... in his fear and nightmare, Mayu grows up and becomes like him. Becomes a pirate, she becomes wanted, and she loses her freedom. He sees her next to the, where his friend is buried, and she's shooting at him, and then she gets arrested. So they're all basically, in this despair. And then we go to the android chick. Just a moment. And then we go to the android chick. Let me just check. Yeah, we go first to the back to the people, back to the city of Megalopus. Excuse me. What was the city again? Yeah, Megalopius. Anyway, we go there. There's a dark wave coming. It's Nia's powers. It's coming at them, and you see Harlock's. Of course, you see the idiot prime minister, and you see the daughter. She's there with a few boys. They're standing on the bridge. There's an announcement: go to the highest place you can. But it's too late. She falls into the veil of despair. And then we got the chick, the android chick. Okay, 1 second. Okay, then we got the android chick, because now we see some everything gets flooded, even the highest buildings as well. Then we see some Mazone trying to get out of the water, but and one of them gets hit by the android chick in the head. And then Mel is next to her, so she tells her to freeze the water. So she does, and then the two Mazones are frozen. The one that was reaching to get out, she stomps her head and kills her. She really fucking hates the Mazones. I'm so curious to find out what's her gripe with them. She's not a Mazone, I imagine, or is she? Fuck knows. Well, anyway, she's like, that's it. This is how it, the plan is going well. Now we're going to go to the volcano where Mona is. And then, ironically, Mel asked, well, what about all the humans that are stuck underwater and in the veil? And then she tells her, I told you before, I don't care what happens to them. Again, they're a casualty she doesn't really care about, which makes me certain that she herself is not human. Alright, then they leave there, and as they reach the volcano, it's already surrounded by not Legion, but a ship of the Mazone. Queen Lafarissa, before that, Queen Lafarissa got a message from one of the Mazones on Earth, telling her of what happened, of the wave and everything. And Queen Lafarissa says they must act immediately. They must destroy the three sisters. So that ship is there. But then Android Chick shoots at them, killing them. Then they regroup. They can't shoot her because Mel has a protective force field around them like she did before. And so she kills all of them, and that's it. Now they're going to go and wake up Mona. Okay, then we go to, I think was it before that or slightly after that? We got little Mayu. She's under the water. And then she plays her instrument, her little flute kind of thing. And, and she says, Harlock. And then the music all through the veil reaches Harlock. And he hears it. And he's like, Mayu. And then Mai, who's been badly hurt in the last issue, talks to him. Where her soul is, the Shadow Mazone things can't reach her, but her body's too weak to help. But she tells Harlock, you gotta do something. You got to save Mayu, or the daughter of Captain Harlock snaps out of it, angry at the, images that Nia had of his daughter's friend. The daughter of his friend. And then he grabs the Shadow Mazone, she's like a little head by the neck, and shoots at her. And now he's free, and then he frees his ship. He tells his friend to wake up, everyone to wake up, and they are free from the control. Now somewhere a lot further away, Nia is just, shocked that they managed to break free of her influence anyway. But they're still not out of the woods yet. But they need to get out of there. There's all sorts of debris of all this ship and people and creatures that got caught in the veil of despair. But they go through, they start shooting, fighting their way out. They're going as fast as they can. Harlock goes up to the deck, to the helm that's there. But there's too much debris, and suddenly Nia appears, and it looks like that's it. They're not going to get through her. But then all of a sudden, something shoots from above, getting rid of the debris, allowing them to escape. And that, I imagine, is his friend. As he says, his friend, the blonde lady, who's Metallica, was it? I already forgot her name. Will have to excuse me. Yeah, Metallica. Yeah, sorry, Ina. Keep calling her Ina. Yeah, Ina. Okay. So yeah, she gives them the little window they needed, and they managed to escape. And as they're going full speed ahead, they somehow already reached the place in the Vale where a little Mayu's in, and Captain Harlock with one arm, grabs her, and then whoosh, there's a knife in the deck, and it slices through the ice, and that's it. They're out of there. They're flying up into space. And you see Ina looking at the sky saying, be free, noble Captain Harlock. You're the first to ever escape the Veil of Despair, and you deserve it. Well, that's it. She's not going to try to do anything. Then they fly again into space, and then you see all the crew standing there as Captain Harlock takes little Mayu with him. The bird flies after. He goes to the room of the ship's engine and says, well, my friend, at least I'll keep some of my promise to you. As he's holding little Mayu, and then you see, above the giant engine, the image of his friend putting his arms forward. And you see Harlock holding little Mayu. And then his friend, in ghost or spirit, above them, next to them, and then little Mayu says, "Daddy." Oh, like the police is coming. Or an ambulance. Jesus. Sorry about the noise. Oh, well. Nothing bad happened. Right. And that's it. And he says, well, we managed to escape. We're going to lick our wounds, but then we're going to go back to Earth and, and fight. And that's it. That's where issue 4 ends. Okay, first of all, cover. It's decent, but I think I've said this also in the hall where I got this, that I really hate how they drew Harlock's, or the artist how he drew Harlock's face. It looks really fucking ugly in my eyes. But other than that, I think the cover's pretty okay. It's a cool composition. You got Captain Harlock sitting in a big spread. You got Mai there. You got Yuki, I think. There's Yantare. But besides the face, it's a good cover. I think this is cover A. I don't know. Oh, here you got, I see like that Captain Harlock's friend's hat. That's where he's buried. There you go. Oh, wait. These pages get stuck together like bastards. Come on. Okay, so there's Queen Lafarissa. She's talking to this ball in this tree. I guess it has all the history of the Mazones in it. Great art, by the way, as I've said before. You see there's the previous queen, or the queen that was there. There she is, with the purple hair, with a bit of yellow. There's our 3 sisters. And the blue one is Mel. The green one is Ina, and then the red one is Mona. Poor souls. I wanted to help their own kind and ended up being experimented on and sacrificed. You see, there they are. There's the experimentation, which, as I've said before, was very fucking painful. And you see, then they were put to sleep there. Well, that's it. It's not that new. I won't show you more. It's not that new. But that's the art. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, sorry, I've heard a noise. Right, where was I? Okay, and now for the story. I mean, it's, I thought, it would, in this one, it would start with them fighting, Ina. But I am glad we got finally, the backstory of the 3 sisters. What happened, how it happened. And we also got Harlock being freed from the Veil with his crew. And finally reunited with Mayu as well. And now it's just really left to be seen in these last 2 issues. Well, what's going to happen? Like, are they going to defeat... Okay, so, ironically in this case, Harlock and his crew and the Mazone have a common enemy. Because for both of these groups, the race of the Mazone and Captain Harlock, and this crew, if the Earth is destroyed, they're all fucked. They all want to protect the Earth, they all need it. Then you got this android chick that wants to destroy it, and destroy the Mazone. On one hand, I guess if she didn't want to kill the humans at the same time, maybe this would have been useful, they would have defeated the Mazone. But in this case, it's very bad. I do wonder if there was some way for the Mazone and the humans to somehow live together. Would that work, even? I don't know. I mean, the Queen Lafarissa, too, wants to conquer... No, she doesn't want to conquer. She wants to save the Mazone. But I wonder if there's literally no other planet they could have found. It wasn't already inhabited, and it would have all been fully tropical. Wouldn't that have been a better solution for them? I wonder. Hey, let's let it be seen. I wonder how it's gonna really conclude in these last two issues. I'm guessing in the next one we're gonna finally get to Mona. Now with the three sisters freed and together, what is going to happen? Will Harlock, his crew, and the Mazone, will they all have to kill them? Is that the only way, or is there another way? Can they just be sent away or something? Or would there be a twist where the three sisters help the humans? I kind of doubt it. Yeah, it's a whole big mess there. Because you got the Mazones already there coming. You got the three sisters, and you got the android chick that wants to destroy all the Mazone. And it's quite clear that a fierce battle is going to go where a lot of Mazone are going to die. I mean, already a lot of Mazones have died from what the android chick has done. I'm really hoping the next issue is going to be her backstory finally. Who is she? Is she human? Was she a Mazone? How is she connected to all of this, and why is her hatred for them so deep? I mean, clearly something very bad has happened to her, and she hates them so much. I would imagine, at least. I mean, it's hard not to when, she's trying so hard to destroy them, not even caring that she's going to destroy the Earth. Well, I wonder if she sent that professor, because she did save his life. I wonder where she sent him to be. No, maybe we'll find out by the end, or maybe not. I suppose he's not that important to the plot. Alright, folks, so that is it. That was issue 4. Let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments. And that is it. Remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!